humans have achieved this accomplishment of light and energy and computer, learning about the brain and body. And they're still using psychology and information humans used when they were riding horses to the well to get some water. Mind, ego, self, behavior, giving some stimulation as a reward. With all of what needed to be accomplished to end this duality I'm describing, but completely ignored. With Ukraine and China and all these other countries needing money and needing dollars to solve their problems also, and needing more of what the resources offer to have the computer speed and the prestige and the power and the dominance. Russia's practicing in Ukraine and China's preparing for in Taiwan. Meanwhile, the United States of America has been declared by their own people inadequate, a colonialist, disgusting, horrible, darn near what they describe as the worst humans have to offer. Burning the flags that the soldiers carried to war when there wasn't a computer to describe the method for the process to keep the system from causing nuclear destruction. I would have probably guessed last. Intelligence was what was going to get me completely confused at the end of my studies with neuroscience. But gosh darn, honest to gosh, humans are as dumb and stupid, idiotic and ignorant as the man who said to me yesterday in his European dialect and his voice, with his sharp objects in his arms and his big beefy muscles and his glasses on his eyes, with the style and the mystery of what he had to do with what I was trying to solve with tribalism and stimulation, and especially reward. In the context of tribalism. Doing what other humans are doing, listening to what other humans are doing with their voice in the world, making a whole nother system and processes with sound having nothing to do with those who are listening, until those who are listening make their body and brain a part of what another human has chosen to do with their energy and time. Humans are staring at their own nightmare every day, working on their horror every day, building and building and building more destruction, more suffering every hour. For a home to live and a bed to sleep and a car for their family to go to the park and run around and enjoy Earth. Humans have all they need to stop their children from having to go to war, to prevent their babies from suffering. But instead, they're too busy, too distracted, and too busy paying attention to what they describe as what they're solving with their awareness and consciousness, and what I talk about over and over and over and over and over again, they already know, and they're already doing what I'm doing, and I need to leave them alone so they can finish their gosh darn update for the person who hacked their software and ruined their whole month working on a project they were going to finish. But someone in Russia and China had to ruin what they were doing, making the button small. And now the button's so small, a person can't push the button on the screen to go spend more money, and now their business has lost funding. Everything. Nearly every part of the brain and body, completely done. Psychology done a long time ago. And people are still telling other humans are still telling other humans, they'll help them. They'll fix them. They'll solve their confusion at their mental hospital, at their place where you can have a warm emotion and a nice, calm, relaxed, mindful journey. I'm not talking about humans knowing all of the information to build a spaceship, climate friendly, and instead choosing to cause pollution. What I'm describing, us humans in the 80s and the 90s, would have begged for in silence. with what all we had available and what we knew. However, everyone else in the governments and business and those with their prestige and power most probably used, instead of solving the problems that computers were going to cause, chose to make money, give money, provide money, earn money, and retire. There's no language or mathematics to describe having to sit alive, having had cancer treated and in remission, staring at a freaking device, recording a video with no other options, and having to live alongside and beside humans who could care less of the achievement I'm describing involving the brain and body and world and civilization. With what they're doing on Facebook and what they're talking about on their Instagram with their photo, and explaining on Twitter about their philosophy and theory about a critical race thought and cognitive dissonance necessary to stop conflict. Typing on their keyboards, drinking Coca-Colas, typing on their keyboards with a diaper, so they can go faster and do more to make more money and have better and do and not have to use the bathroom, restroom. And nobody goes, oh my gosh. What I learned in 16 years causes more laughter than His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama talking about some bread he had in his bag. Some little child probably smelled and took from what he had available after meditation. Om Mani Padme Hum.